Same. Hey. That was it? I told you they might as well have just left it be. Now let me see if these people come back on. Because we could continue this tomorrow, but if not, let's do it. A mano. Mano, mano. Come on. You want me? I'm right here. You want me? Come get me. He's like, what are you talking about, Dada? Alright. You want me? Come get me. I'm right here. You want me? My kente. My beautiful kente. I was trying to do a comparison for the kente. I got to tell you about the new supplier, the new weavers. I'll tell you all that tonight, man. It's been a railroad of a night. All right. You guys going to give me some space? Give me some space, please. Give me some space. I like my space. She laughing. All right. Let's see if we give a few minutes for everybody to get back in here. I told you I'll be back in about 30 minutes. It's been about 28 minutes. So, hey, work with me, will you? Work with me. All right, let's see what we get. Get back up in here. Man, I have such a beautiful life. Such a beautiful life. And it's all thanks to God Almighty, who is merciful and graceful, slow to anger for those whom He chooses out of this world. Alright, let's see. Alright, she's asking me my own. I didn't know how to go to her. I told her that I'm live. You driving your car? You driving your car? You know how to drive better than your mom. Eliana, you gonna be driving cars? You like driving your walker? My baby drive her walker like she drive a car. Alright guys. We were just here not long ago. And we were talking about the dangers of building alone. Or why is it better to build together rather separately? And what we had in our discussion was one particular Camrodian lady in Atlanta, Georgia region of the United States of America here become a mass shooter, killed 3 people at her former place of employee. I know that it's 2 white guys. The 2 white guys, one of the white guys was her boss, and the other guy was also a supervisor, I believe, to her. So, like I said, I don't know who the third person. They didn't even release that in media as far as yesterday. It might be updated today, but I haven't had time to go through it. So, when we're discussing why it's so important to build together, now you see that this lady became overly stressed. She couldn't handle the situation that was before her. And there's stories that she's reached out to the media on multiple occasions. We're not talking about 2, 3, 4. We're talking about in the 30s to the 40s. She even went to news stations to try to get this story across. But she was so inclined to get herself heard that it came to a point that she couldn't handle it anymore. So she resorted to, after the police wouldn't do anything, after the news media wouldn't do anything, they kept just pushing her aside, pushing her claims aside, not believing her for what she was telling them. There's a lot of conspiracy theory in this, but I believe a lot what she says may be true. But this is a problem. It came to a point that she couldn't handle it anymore, so she resorted to violence, resorted to killing 3 people. Now, in this world, we know that most men understand that this world is unjust. This world is unfair. And we as men, we as people have to learn this, know this. The world is not fair. It's not a fair place. Things are not going to go on your way. If things go your way 40% of the time, you are truly blessed. If things go your way 30% of the time, you are truly blessed. That's the world that we live in. But if she would have had a man there, a man of strength, a producer of a man to say, hey, yes, things are not going this way, the way that you desire them to go. But we're going to move forward in life. We're going to build on what we learned. We're going to build on the mistakes we made. We're going to build on the type of people that we work for or surrounded ourselves with. We're going to build on that. We're going to build on that learning experience. But she didn't do that because she felt that she had to be heard. And we as men don't think like that. We understand how the world works. So we don't look for everything to be one way or our way. We understand that it's not going to be that way. Life is about ups and downs. The needle moves down just as the needle moves up. And sometimes that needle stays in the middle. But we're going to get happiness on here. And I'm going to tell you why I'm bringing happiness back from the last time that I was live. I had some chats with happiness, away from here. Very bright individual. Very bright. I love bright people. I love intelligent people. A lot of people who can analyze situations and understand the circumstances that surround us in this world. So, I don't know how long, but I definitely want to get into this. I got a fly flying around here, and I hate flies. I freaking hate flies. Ooh, I can't hate flies. Oh,
Hello,
happiness, happiness, happiness.
nice meeting you again.
So, God, I do this because I got a braces on, and sometimes a wire will pop and it will start messing with my gums. So when you see me do this, that's why I do that.
Yeah, I noticed earlier.
All right. So last time happiness was on, she was a purebred African woman. Now she's Nicki Minaj tonight. So you go from the pure-blooded African to the Nicki Minaj look. How'd that come about?
No, I have some personal issues with my look, so I just had to fix myself up real quick.
What you mean you have some personal issues with your looks?
I'm yet to go to salon to get a haircut, so I'm not really looking presentable, so I had to fix myself up.
You was, let me say this. A lot of our sisters don't understand how beautiful they already are.
Sorry?
A lot of our sisters don't understand how beautiful they already are. Let me ask you this, before we get into this. It's not according to, you look nice. You look nice. I like
Thank you.
I'm not a fan of weaves. I'm not a fan of weaves. Everybody knows that. I hate weaves.
Okay.
So that's known by everybody. But if somebody looked presentable on it, it is what it is. So you look presentable. I would have done the dark hair, the black hair to go with your face. But if I was your stylist, which I'm not anybody's but my wife and whoever, if I was your stylist, I would say with your face, you have the nice round Nigerian shaped woman's face. You have the nice black nose. I love black noses are the best. You have nice full lips and you have a beautiful smile. Your smile is contagious, beautiful. You can light up a room with your smile. If I
Thank
was a
you.
stylist, you're welcome. If I was a stylist or your advisor, I would say to add to that beauty that you already have naturally, I would have said something. I don't want to go too normal because I love braids. I'm a sucker for braids. If I'm a single man and the woman is wearing braids, I'm like, damn, how much you need to be my girlfriend? Like, that's how much I love braids. So, but I would say, if you're going to do the straight hair, do the black hair. But
Okay.
even more, I would say, do the thick, coarse hair that make it a little more coarse. Because I'm going to give you something. I'm going to give you wisdom. This is true wisdom. Most men, a lot of men, they don't necessarily think the way that I think. Some men don't mind weaves and wigs and all that. They don't mind that. But what they look for doesn't match. Doesn't match the face. That's what a lot of men look at. If I'm laying in bed, I want the hair to match the face. You get me?
I'll get you.
So if you're gonna throw some thick, luscious braids on that crown of yours, lovely. I'm just giving you the wisdom of men. Most men desire their main girl to wear hair that match their face. And you have that pure, natural, traditional African face. Beautiful. Match it with that
Okay.
pure, traditional African hair, whether it's braids, the extension would almost look like locks or whatever. Do that. You be at the top of your game. You get me?
I'll try that. I'll
Yeah,
try that.
try and see what it comes out to look like. Because we men, we have two types. We have the woman that we want to marry, then we have the woman we want to sleep with. The woman we want to sleep with look like Nicki Minaj all day. We spend money on it. We'll take you out. We'll buy you things because we just really want to sleep with you. But the ones we want to marry have that matching quality, if you get what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
But
I get you.
you have a beautiful face, so you have a lot to work with.
Thank you.
All right. With that being said, have you watched the video that I sent you?
Yeah, I did. Though I didn't watch it to the end, but I got like I got to know about the story a little bit. I stopped halfway though, where she took the case against house manager and ex boss to court. I think yeah, that is where I stopped because I had something else to do, so I couldn't complete the
But you
video.
get the gist of the story that this lady made herself successful according to black women, how they want to be successful. Had a six-figure job, built her own business, had a beautiful apartment, beautiful cars, all that. And yet she's going to be in prison for the rest of her days, to the rest of her life in the U.S. And that is because I believe that if she would have had a partner, a husband, a man, there to be her stronghold, her foundation, hey, her protector, the one who leads her, she could have went out and made what she was going to make. But she could have had a provider of a male to be like, you do what you do. I'm still going to provide. We're going to build a household together. And I'm going to be the stronghold because God is my stronghold. God, man, women, children. If she would have had that foundation, do you think this would have happened?
With a man in the picture, a man not being in the picture, I think everything was bound to happen the way it happened.
Hmm?
Yeah, it doesn't basically mean that like if she had a man by her, like everything would have gone different ways.
Let's
She's like
let's just
the whole
let's
fight
explore.
is
Let's
against
explore.
the
Let's explore.
front. Yeah.
Let's explore it then. Let's explore it then. Okay. Step one. She was saying that what led her to this was that she thought made a claim that her bosses was committing fraud.
Yes.
She quit her job. She could have done that with a man. But she took it further as filing cases after case after cases. They said she filed over 600 pages of documentation of
Yeah,
cases
because of the
against this company. Do you think a man would have said, keep going on with this till it drives you crazy? Or would he say, hey, this is what it is. This is what happened. Now you're building your own company. Let's build on that and let's move forward. Let's move past that. They done what they've done. They didn't do it to you. They was doing it to other people. The company was a fraudulent company. Let's move forward. Let's use the money that you made, take the money that I made, build our own company and move past this in order that we can have a foundation.
The way I see it, I feel she kept pursuing this case because it was like more of a stain on her human nature. Like, these people were committing fraud, for Christ's sake. They were defrauding people of their money. And I, if I should say, I don't think they were carrying out the tax their customers were paying them to do. And she saw the fraud and she went after them. Even if a man would have told, even if a man, let me correct that, even if a partner would have told her, okay, you need to put a stop to this, like just give a pause, just put a stop to this at this stage, I don't think she would have done that, because she felt the right thing for her to do was to pursue the fraud case to the end, and she wanted to make sure that she saw it to the end. But unfortunately, she was fighting against, if I should say, forces that were like stronger than her.
Exactly. Now, you said something. If the man would have said that, she wouldn't have listened. See, that's where leadership comes in. Because as a man, if I tell you, hey, stop this, it's going too far, we have to move past this. Now, as a husband and you have children, if you're willing to pursue that, knowing that you're going to lose your husband and your children, if that is it, then you're a mad woman. You deserve everything you get. You don't deserve anything good.
But you know, it could go two ways, right? It could go bad, and it could, like, it can go two ways. It can go down south, like it can go really bad, and also it can turn out good. She might have won the case. We don't know how it would have ended. She might, if actually she had a man in the picture to tell her, don't do this, stop here, don't go after the case. If she listened to the man, she would have ended there. Like, she wouldn't have gone as far as taking it upon herself and getting so angry to the extent as murdering those people. And also, if she was the kind of stubborn type, like the stubborn type that can't take, like you can't easily tell them to stop something that you're pursuing, knowing it's the right thing to do. So if she's the stubborn type and she pursued this case and it actually worked out, like,
well, first of all, she was representing herself, so wouldn't have worked out. You're representing yourself in this place of court of law by following all the documentation that she did on her own. You're fighting against a corporation. You're not going to win. That's how life works in America, the same way that it will work in Nigeria. Now, back to the foundational part.
The whole battle was like,
listen. I'm gonna let you say that. But listen,
she was fighting alone against a whole corporation.
That doesn't make sense.
The battle was too big.
Now, her life was her work. Her life was her work, everything she did, because she had no man. Do you think if she had a man and children, that necessary need to be a part of something, to have something, would have migrated to her husband and her children, that thing wouldn't have been as important?
No, she would have been considerate enough, because she knows that if she loses the fight, it's going to all come down to her family. She might end up losing the husband and the family and everything. So I believe if there was a family in the picture, she should have considered her family. She wouldn't have wanted to ruin the relationship that she has with her husband and her kids over a court case with a company that you've already left the company, you've started up your own company,
yes,
and it's going fine for you. So
that should have been the end of the story right there. That should have been the end of the story right there. Let me tell you something that may be surprising to you or a lot of people listening, which really not. I'm being sarcastic. 90% of companies out here commit fraud. It happens every day. Happens all the time, everywhere. Country to country, company to company. My company, though, thank God, yes, my company does not commit fraud. We may bend the tax rules a little bit. But It's all legal. It's all legal.
I see
So,
what you guys do there.
but again, the whole thing is about the importance of building together to be one family, one foundation, man, woman, and child. Because when you have that, you have an order of things. When you have an order of things, there are ways that we do things. If I was alone, I would be living life completely different, like I lived. For 30 plus years of my life, I lived like completely different what I did today. I was out there running around chasing this and the other because I didn't have a foundation. I didn't have no responsibilities. But when I changed my pattern of behavior and I took on responsibilities through marriage and children, I behave in a different manner. I don't act according to my feelings. I don't act according to what I desire or I think things should be. Everything that I do comes into play. How is it going to affect my family?
Yeah, that's true.
So it changes everything. And it should be that much more with a woman that when you have a family that you're responsible for the children, the upbringing, the household, whether you work or not, you're responsible for all these matters in life. So then that becomes so important that you weren't about a company committing fraud that you left. Just don't really hold that much weight anymore because you're looking at what matters the most to you. What matters the most to you is what's precious to you. See, her problem is that job was the most precious thing she felt she had in life. And when it was taken away from her, even though she left it on her own, willingly left it on her own, even after she got a 12% raise, as she said that it was hush money or not, it is what it is. But you left it willingly, even after leaving it and building her own company, she still felt that that job was the most precious thing she's ever held on the face of the earth since she was in existence. And that is completely demented. I'm sorry to say, I feel for her, but I feel for the victims more. But she's completely demented because she allowed her profession to become who she is in her life. Your family's supposed to be your passion and who you are, not what you do outside of your home. And she did it backwards. So every time you do things backwards, what I'm getting at is you're going to get backwards results.
From the story I watched, she had no family, she had no children. So I guess I don't see any other reason why she won't let her job be like a number one love, like her everything. So I think that is the main reason why she was fighting for everything with her life on the line, her job. At the end of the day, she ended up with just $3,000 in her account.
$3,000.
She couldn't even hire an attorney.
I have days that I have less than that in my bank account, but I don't panic. I don't panic because I know there are days that I'm going to have less than 3,000. I know there are months that I'm going to have less than 3,000, and now there's months that I'm going to have way more than 30,000. It fluctuates according to what I do, my lifestyle. I live in 3 different countries. I live in Nigeria, Ghana, and America. So my income is going to go up and down according to how the market goes, according to what I'm making with my company, according to what I'm doing at work, according to my wife is doing. All that stuff fluctuates. I understand that. So it's funny because I was telling Jenny today, I said I'm broke, but I'm happy because we got this expo coming up on the 16th at the Philadelphia Convention Center, the U.S., Ghana, and America, business to business matching. I bought the tickets, $500 a ticket. Okay, no problem. Paid the $500. Me and my wife, and okay, we got to get product. We got to get extra product for display. So go out, pay a couple more thousand to have it shipped from Ghana to here to that. We got to get a table. We got to get an expo table, a couple $1,000 for that. Okay, you spent over $6,000-7,000. Now you're broke. Okay, I'm broke. But you know what? Me being broke is no problem with me because I understand that money comes and money goes. What I spent today, I can have, like I said, I can have what she had, less than 3,000 today. Next month, I'm going to have 30,000. See what I'm saying? So that's not an issue. And I get mad when I hear people get upset and all down and depressed because they don't have any money. Money's going to come and go. You're going to have it and you're not going to have it. That's the way the world works. Unless you're a millionaire. Today was the first day in my life that I can remember that I sat down with a multi-millionaire black guy. This guy was probably late 60s, early 70s. Named C.G. Davis. Used to go to this pharmacy around here that I just moved at in the Philadelphia area. It was Nigerians working there. There was a couple Nigerian ladies working there. The one time I went to pick a UPS package up from Amazon. One time, I only been there one time. There was a bunch of Nigerians there, ladies. So I'm like, oh, okay, all right, whatever. I'm thinking they own it. I go back there months later, today. I give them my Amazon package because I'm returning something that I had to send back. I bought the wrong size sheets for my baby's crib. I wanted to buy her new sheets. So I bought the right sheets and took the wrong ones back. I'm giving it to the lady. She's asked me for my phone number. Give it to her. She says they're going to send a text to you to let you know it was sent. As I'm walking out the door, I see the same guy outside who's sitting in front of the luxury BMW talking to the lady. He comes inside as I'm walking out. He's saying, you know why they do that? I said, what you mean? He said, your number. They're going to send you a text, this, that, and that. And I'm thinking like, yeah, I already know that. It's just how it is here. So he started telling me about his life. Come to find out, he was in the war back in the 70s or whatever. He got shot in the leg. He was getting disability. He saved up money. He bought homes. He just recently sold 18 properties, became a multi-millionaire. And he was showing me, he said, look outside, I bought that in cash, $80,000 cash, no problem. He said, I have over $1.5 million right now in the bank, and I get an extra $7,000 a month, easily. And he said, you see this pharmacy and this UPS intake place? He said, I built that. I said, really? I said, well, I'm about to be a multi-millionaire in less than 18 months. He said, what do you do? Showed him. Sing his business card. They're like, I like you. We got to talk. I have my daughter in my hand. I got other places to go. It's like, we're definitely going to talk. Come back here. We're going to have a conversation. He said, my wife is Nigerian. Because I told him, I said, I've seen Nigerians there before. He said, my wife is Nigerian. I said, see if she know Akorodu or Lucky Phase 1, where I'm at in Nigeria. See if she knows that. Maybe she might know my area. But I met a millionaire. Face-to-face, had a sit-down conversation with them saying that things could change overnight. See what I'm saying? What you have today doesn't mean you have to panic and go on a shooting spree because everything you had was taken away from you. You know how many times I had everything taken away from me when I was living in Ghana? That people stole from me, people ripped me off, and I was having nothing. When I met my wife, I lost the place that I had because I didn't buy a house at this time. I was just renting hotels. At the time, I lost everything. When she met me, I was sleeping on her father's floor until I got back to America. You see what I'm saying? But I knew deep inside I knew what I was capable of. I knew that, hey, my next break that I get, I'm going to take it and I'm going to run with it. I've had and I had not. But when she met me, I was sleeping on her father's floor. Had nothing to my name. Lost everything. But I knew once I got back to America, I was going to make waves. I was going to make this work. Did it in a minimum of one and a half year. 2 years time from the day that I met her, she was here in America with me. From then, she went to work. I went to work. We built what we was building, what we have today. We have so much land in Ghana. Now I'm looking to buy land in Nigeria. A couple of years on the line, but I'm looking to build my home in Nigeria. I'm building my second home in Ghana. My first home that I have now, 4-bedroom, 5-bath. Now I'm looking at building a 14-bedroom home. What I'm saying is you could turn the corner overnight. And I don't mean from Monday to Tuesday. I mean, it takes months. It takes years. So she panicked is what I'm saying. She panicked because of that $3,000 she had left because she was used to having that $100,000 plus in her bank account. Now she used all that money to build this business. It didn't work out. It didn't work out. She lost it all. So now she's like, I got nowhere to go. My reputation is ruined. These people are blackballing me. I can't get work. But if she had a man there to provide while she was trying to build herself back up. Yeah, yeah. Now you know what I'm saying. If she had a man there to do what she needed to do, baby, I'm going to take care of bills. Don't worry about it. Baby, I'm going to bring the food in the house. Baby, we good. Go do what you got to do. And I'm going to support you. But while you're doing it, don't let the stress get to you. Don't let the stress be so much that you come to a place in life that you don't feel like you can handle it anymore. Because I already got this. This foundation is mine. This foundation is built by me. I'm going to let you do what you do on the side, but don't ever think that all things are according to what you accomplish. It's according to the work that I do as a man. And what you do as a woman is to benefit the family, but it's to make you feel whole, to make you feel like you have a place. You have an existence. You're giving back to this family, to this household. That's how it's supposed to be.
Oh, okay, okay. I, this woman is an independent woman from the way I see her. A man in the picture, a man not in the picture. She was looking at the future, thinking she was going to win the case.
What was she independent from? She depended on somebody. She depended on others to get a paycheck. So what was she? How was she independent? I'd like to know.
I'm like, see, I think right from when if to go down to like when she started building her career, I think from what I heard, I think it was from 2009 or 2006. I can't remember, but she built her career in the distance of 5 years. Within that 5 years, I wouldn't say like I can't definitely say that there was no man beside her, but from the whole gist I've heard so far, there was no man in the picture. So she looked so like it's obvious that she was independent, and she was taking this case up just by
Independent
herself.
from who? Because she had to
She was
depend on another
independent.
man
She
to give her
was.
a job. So she wasn't independent from anything.
I
She
feel she really took up this case one because she was black, and the men she was fighting against were all white. Her ex-boss
right,
was white.
right.
The
I
manager
agree.
was
I
white.
agree.
The manager of the housing complex where she lived, they were all white. So I felt she was fighting because she was black. I she felt maybe they did this to her because she's black, and they were thinking if she
They would
actually
have did it
take,
if she was
they were
white.
certain, they
They
were
would have did.
certain that if she takes the case because she won't win because she's black.
They would have did it if she was white. When you're a female or a man going against a corporation, you would have been done dirty, regardless. Now, the way she could have done it was this: went had the man there to provide, went and did and built her business, made her business successful to be a competitor to theirs, and then bring out what she needed to bring out about why you shouldn't choose them and why you should choose this business. Because I've been there, I
Okay,
see how they work. See,
let me
she
ask
didn't
you
do
a
it the right
question.
way.
What if there was a man in the picture, like she had a partner, and when the man saw her
A
in
man
this
is not a
whole
partner.
situation,
A man is not a partner.
okay, okay, let's just say she,
Her head, her headship. Go ahead.
which which are we going to use? Relate just dating or marriage? Which should we use here? Which is more
Let's say
compatible
marriage.
to this
Let's say marriage. The ultimate
marriage?
goal. The
Okay,
ultimate goal of God for us.
okay. So what if she was married and she was in this situation? And let me say she was married to the kind of man that would give her a go ahead to fight this cause, thinking it's the right cause, and things still turned out this way. Would you say it's because the man gave her a bad advice or a good advice? Because right now you're saying because
I would
there was
say,
no man in the picture to
I would
advise
say
her,
that,
that was why she went ahead with whatever she did.
I would
But
say
what
that,
if there was a man in the
I would
picture
say
to
that she
tell her,
deserves the
"Fine, go
outcome.
ahead, this is the right cause"?
I would say that she deserves the same outcome from choosing a weak man.
So you feel a strong man would tell her to stay behind, like tell her to
First of
stay
all,
back
yes,
and not to fight.
a strong man would not have been allowed to get halfway. Even where she was at the halfway point, it would never have gotten there. It would have never gotten there.
This whole stuff was like a dent on her integrity because she was fighting this fraud right from when she was in the company. She
Happiness,
left the company and created
happiness.
her own company. I feel maybe this corporation were still after her because there was still a case going on in court.
Happiness.
They were
How
trying
old
to
are you?
run her
How old are
down.
you,
A
Happiness?
company.
How old are
Sorry,
you? How old are you?
52.
All right, Happiness. Me and you get married tomorrow. I marry Happiness. Me and you, Happiness. Will you marry me? Yes, I'm Happiness. I will marry you, Stephen. Me and Happiness get married tomorrow. Me and you a couple. Happiness is still want to be a career woman. Happiness is working for one of the most prominent financial institutions in all of Nigeria. She's making that cake.
Definitely.
She's making that money. Stephen doing what he's doing, but Happiness making it happen. You know what I mean? Happiness, we don't have no kids yet. Happiness run into this thing. She's 25. No, she's 27. She's been working for this company for 5 years. She's 27. She runs into this problem. She said, "Hey, baby, I want to talk to you about something. This job that I'm working for, I'm noticing that they're committing fraud, and it's on a big level. And what they're doing to people is just not right. They're taking people money and they're cheating people. And I want to be a whistleblower, and I want to blow it up." Stephen is going to tell Happiness, Happiness, I understand your love for people and your love for what is right, but God has told us to be like doves, but be as cautious as snakes in this world, because we live in a corrupt and wicked world. So with that said, Happiness, my wife, mind your fucking business. Do what you got to do. Get your paycheck. And if you want to fight this, then let us put our money together. Go build another corporation that could challenge this corporation, and we do it the right way. But for now, shut the fuck up. Take the 12% pay increase, and we're going to work this, and we're going to play the long game, because we're here for a long time. That's how me as a strong man would have put it. And the Happiness would have said what to me?
I didn't say that as being a strong man.
Happiness would have said
Seriously.
what to her husband, Stephen?
Huh?
Happiness would have responded what to her husband?
I would say, first of all, I would question your stand as a human being when it comes
I
to
gave you
others
my
being
stance. I gave
cheated.
you my stance. Happiness will
Okay,
respond with
fine.
what?
Now you're saying I should mind my own business and not involve myself in this whole like charade. But if I'm to say, like, if I'm to be human, which in my nature, I can't sit back and watch other people being cheated, like being defrauded, and I know I can do something about it. I will definitely try my best to do
That's just the
something
thing.
about
You
it.
can't
But
do
I
nothing about it.
won't
And
say,
I'm telling you, you can't do nothing.
no, Q, I'm going to do something about it. I will try to fight for this whole I will try to fight this whole fraud system and all the rest. But if I see that it's going too far to the extent that it's messing up with my family, my like mental state, my emotions, I'll put a pause to it. But
So
I won't follow your
what you
order
going
and just sit back and
what
not
are
do
you
anything
taking up in
about
school
it.
again? What are you taking up? Is it film? Was it film? What are you taking up in school?
Sorry?
What were you taking up in school? What are you taking up in school?
Plant science and biotechnology.
Outside. So when you go work for one of these firms out here and you find that they're defrauding, because all pharmaceutical and biotech, they all defraud people. That's what the pharmaceutical company is about. No. Let's play the game. Let's play the game that you want. You want to get in a field that defrauds people on a regular basis. Their thing is to cheat people, to make them believe that they need something they don't. That's how they get their money. So now you're working for not just a company, an industry that is based off defrauding and cheating people, but yet you're a student in it. You see how that works? When I'm trying to get across to you, there's a way to do things and there's a way not to do things. That's why I said the 3 P's early on. I said principle, purpose, profit. Remember those 3 P's. When you walk through life, your life walk should be about what I just said: principle, purpose, profit. Principle is how you treat people, your human nature, your ability to identify with people in a humble way, to love people in the best way possible. Your purpose is, why are you doing it? What purpose? What do you seek to get out of it? Is it genuine, or do you need something to return? What is your purpose here on this earth? Profit It's last, and it's last for a reason. Because when you do the first two, profit always comes after. You do it the right way, you profit off it the right way. You could do it the wrong way, or you could do it the right way. But with principle and purpose, profit will always come. But when it comes, you will have a peace of mind because you did it the right way. And you're saying this lady, oh, you're taking up for, she did it the wrong way. And that's why it resulted in violence and 3 deaths. She had the principle. She had the principle, but she didn't have the purpose. She had the principle, which was, hey, this is being done for wrong people. Her purpose was a lost cause because it was all about her. And the reason you could tell that it was all about her, because when it got to the point that she couldn't get her way, she went out and killed people because it was all about her feelings and emotion and how she felt, how she was done wrong. She lost her purpose.
I actually think she did this whole stuff because it took a huge toll on her. I feel the whole stuff got to her, a new business, and like she ruined, like her whole life was ruined, and she didn't just she had no idea like how to go about it again, so she just resorted to murder. She was like, if I can't win a court case, if I can't get my money back, if I just have to leave knowing that a corporation I started after breaking out of your company is gone, like my whole life is ruined. There's nothing else to do than to just put a bullet into you guys' head. So she just went with that. That was like, seriously, she had psychological issues. That's the whole, like, that is the end of the whole stuff. She had issues.
Let me ask you this. Are your children more important or your company more important? If you had the two, would your children be more important, the lives of your children, your company?
If she had a family,
I'm
she should
asking
have
you.
considered.
I'm saying. Huh?
I would not. I can give up anything for my children. I would not want to do
Leave it
anything
right
to
there. Leave it
ruin
right
their.
there. Leave it right there. Me and my marriage in America, 11 years, blah, blah, blah. Went to court, did everything I was supposed to. The girl was a piece of shit, as far as I say. That's my side of the story. Her story could be different. Long story short, I lost custody of my children. I didn't go shoot up anything. But you know what I did when I lost custody, going through that custody battle that was really emotional to me? I decided that in order to fix this, in order to make the outcome at the end, I wasn't thinking about the outcome now. I seen what was happening. I seen how the courts work, especially when it comes to men. I seen all that. What I said to myself is, in order to make this the best outcome possible, I'm going to have to recreate myself and make myself into a great individual where no one can deny the man that I am and the man that I say that I am. Because then everybody's going to have to take a look and say, damn, he is a man. He is legit. He's a great father. He's a great husband. I had to do that. See, me as a man, I played a long game. Women, y'all play the short game a lot, and I'm being honest. A lot of women, y'all think about present, what is happening presently. Most men who are producers don't think and don't put their emotions into what's happening now. They try to figure out how 10, 20, 30 years from now can this turn out the way that I desire it to turn out for the better for everybody, not just myself, for everybody. See, that's what I say by strong man, a producer. We play the long game. We put situations together. We create things. We become builders, and we build according to what the outcome is going to be decades from now. Y'all don't see that far down the line. Men do. Men have that vision. Women do not. Y'all just see, what am I doing today? How was me going to the school? What job am I going to have next year? Most strong producing men don't think that way. We always creating for the long stretch, what our grandchildren, our grandchildren are going to have. What am I going to be able to pass down to them for my legacy that I'm building today? That's how we think. And that's why it's imperative that you find a strong producing male.
Right, I'm not going to argue that with you. You said like you're right. You're totally right.
So you mean to tell me you actually agree with me for the first time?
I agree with you. Like, okay, first time I've agree with you. Like we're saying eye to eye on this. I really agree with that.
That's the first. Because, ladies and gentlemen,
Yes.
she's never agreed with me on anything. I'm just going to tell you, she's been here three times, I think. She's never agreed with me on anything. But on this note, she finally agreed.
I
So that's a good
agree
thing.
with you.
So that means she's growing. She's maturing. You see, I'm playing her daddy role. I'm playing her daddy role these nights. uh, but, ladies and gentlemen, we enjoyed the show. Happiness, you have such a beautiful smile. And I know a lot of the
Thank
guys see it. Oh, man, let your guys know mgdating.com is actually live today, but it's not even scheduled to be ready until December the 5th, which is my birthday. I like everything that I'm going to launch is going to be on my birthday. So I want everything to launch on my birthday. Even the Kente Factory is scheduled for 2023, December the 5th. So
Wow.
that's the following year. So first mass production Kente Factory. I'm going to take over Nigerian fabrics too. Might be take me a few years, but I'm going to take over Nigerian fabric industry too. But that's just me talking. But mgdating.com. That's mgdating. You should know how to spell dating, ladies and gentlemen. So mgdating.com. I want you guys to be ready for December the 5th. You go view it. It's not, we're going to have everything, all the particulars up and running December the 5th. So all the ladies who come on the show, all the gentlemen who eventually come on the show, we're going to have everybody make a profile. We have groups, we have communities on there. I looked at the community today. There's Big Brother Africa, there's Game of Thrones, there's The Boys. So all these community groups are being created. You're going to be able to talk to people from all around the world, all around the countries. And the best thing is, do you know what that is? It's free. It's free. It's free to make a profile. It's free to chat. It's free to exchange numbers. Free to do everything. You will never pay a cost. It's all free. So this is my way of giving back to my African brothers and sisters and giving back to the world itself. A lot more to do. A lot more that I'm going to do. Like I say, it was told that I can't change the world. One man can't change the world. And that's why I need the help of the people around me in order that I may change this entire world. So with that, we're going to close. I love you guys for joining in. Like I said, I put the replay up on YouTube. YouTube asked me to resubmit so I can be monetized again. I'm not going to do that. I don't care about being monetized. I don't care about making $1 on YouTube. I don't care about making $1 anywhere on these things. But I'm just going to do what I do so you guys can see it. And so you guys can have something for yourselves from me to show my love back to you. Happiness. Did you hear what I said? Did you hear the last thing that I said?
No, I was having network issues. Sorry about that.
I want you, well, I didn't say this part. I'm going to say now. I want you guys to take that. I want you guys to go on your little Facebooks or whatever it is that y'all do. Because I'm banned from Facebook. So fuck Facebook. I'm banned from Twitter. So fuck Twitter.
You really need to sort that out. Your Facebook and Twitter page.
No, I'm good. Actually, I hired other people. I got a whole team that I already hired. They already did Facebook and Twitter and all that for me. So they're running my profiles and my company pages. I'm not even the one running it anymore. So you'll see my name up on Twitter and Facebook and all that. It's really not me. There's a team working for me that I hired to run all that. Because I don't, even if I had it, I don't have the time of day. I don't have no time to do that. So I had to hire people to do that. But what I was saying is that mgdating.com with the communities and all that, it's all free, 100% free. So share it with people. You guys will be able to communicate, trade numbers, go into community rooms, talk, have private chats, do everything. And what you don't see that you might like added, let me know. I'll talk to my tech team and I could get them to work on that. Also, I'm the first person with the MG Kente with the iOS, the Apple app, the Android app that people go to order Kente within a few seconds and they'll be out to your doors within a matter of days. I'm the first person to do that. So nobody else has that. So I'm doing great things. I'm doing great things by the strength of God. not my own strength, by the strength of God and God alone. And I give all things. And I said that, God, if you give me these things, I will always praise your name and I will always give you the praise. And that's what I would do to the day that I die. So with that said, we had a great show. Happiness. I enjoyed your conversation. And I'm glad we're going to leave this off with you agreeing with me. Like I said, don't worry about being both people. Worry
Maybe I
about working
agreed
for
with
it
you today,
tomorrow.
but
Huh?
definitely some other day I'm going to counter whatever it is.
I didn't hear you.
I said I might have agreed with you today, but maybe some other time we wouldn't really have an
Hey,
agreement. Like,
with you, 1 out of 10 is a win-win for me. 1 out of 10 arguments is a win-win for me. Either way.
not definitely I always make an argument for everything.
We'll see you on the next subject. We're going to see where you stand on the next subject, whatever that may be. I'm just glad to be back here on Fridays, man. We had a 3-week layoff. Like I said, I was going through a lot of work to build up. You see the work that I'm doing. You see, when I'm behind the scenes, never think I'm not doing nothing. If you don't see me, that means I'm doing some great things. So I'm never idle because our Lord doesn't want us to be idle. And let me share this with you. This is off the subject. When I was talking to the black guy who's a millionaire, no, was it him? Oh, not him. It was somebody that I was talking to, maybe yesterday. I said, maybe today or yesterday. I've talked to so many people now, and I have a lot of conferences now, so I don't know. But oh, okay, I remember now. And they was asking me about a certain thing. Am I a Christian? I told them no. So never call me that word Christian. There's a difference between me and Christian. One difference is I took 5 weeks of my life at one point to read the Bible from start to finish, from Genesis to Revelation without skipping a single word. Then I had to go back and read it over again just to make sure that I got what it was saying. And even then, you can never know it all. But I said the reason why I can never be a Christian is because when it comes down to showing your faith, Christians don't show it. They just say the word. They are. That's why God said to Israel, you worship me with your lips, but your hearts are far from me. What he was saying about that, when people deceive you, do you dirty, do you bad, a lot of people have the mindset of vengeance. Oh, I'm going to get back at this person. Oh, look what they did to me. But vengeance belongs to the Lord. You see, believers believe in God and what he says. God is sovereign over their lives. So when God says, hey, I'll take care for you, believers allow God to take care for them. Now, Christians, they will respond with anger. You angry at me or you curse me out, I'm going to do the same back to you. See, believers, they allow God to work for them. Christians,
I think majority of people that call themselves Christian, they take that version of the Bible where there was not like a parable, like an eye for an eye. They take it personal, but like unknown to them that God wasn't really saying if
no, he was really saying it. That was
yeah, it
in the
wasn't really saying
times
you
that
should take
were
an eye for an eye. He was trying to like put out an explanation out there, but we Christian we take it so personally that if you hurt me, I have to hurt you back, and that's not what we were instructed to do. It's not.
Let me tell you where you're wrong. Eye for an eye was legit. You stole, you got your hands cut off. All that. You know what happened? That the Lord seen how wicked man was. He allowed the wickedness to go on for a while. And he said, now it's time to bring my son, my only begotten son, in order that he could pay for the sins that are due for these people. And when that happened, he said that no longer are you able to take vengeance against brother because I pay for your sins and his sins. So the same way you sin against me, that man sin against me. The same way he sin against you, you sin against me. So as you take it out on him, I'm going to take it out on you. So that's what Christians do misinterpret, that if you are, I hate saying that word, if you are a Christian and you believe in the bloodshed of the Lord, of the Christ, of the Messiah, Yeshua HaMashiach, then you should understand that you are no longer of yourself. You belong to him. And to belong to him means that when someone sin against you, the same way you respond to them is the same way he will respond to you when you sin against him, which is every damn day of your life. That's the difference.
We humans are so annoying. I like we don't really have a heart to
That's why you need
Bro,
to stay indoors. Don't go
they're
outside.
so annoying. We can things that we can't do to ourselves. We want to do it to someone else and just expect someone to forgive you and walk away. Like,
No, there's a difference in forgetting and forgiving. To forgive doesn't mean to forget. To forgive, say, you know what? You got the best of me. You did what you did. Now I'm going to completely separate myself from you. I want nothing to do with you. The cord is cut. So you are no longer part of me, and I don't ever want to see you again. That's forgiving, but it's not forgetting. Only God could pit it as far from the east to the west. We are human, so we have to understand that, hey, this was done to me. I learned my lesson. So I'm going to separate myself completely from you. That's why they say, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on me. Well, George Bush put it better. He said, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice. He couldn't get the word, so he said,
fool me once is shame on me. Fool me twice is shame on you.
no, George Bush, the president of the United States, back in the 90s or whatever. He said, fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, can't get fooled again. He forgot all the words. He forgot the last part to it. Can't fool me again. But yeah, but we have to understand that, man. We have to just, a lot of times God is telling you, I'm allowing this to happen over and over to you because you're not getting a picture. I'm trying to steer you in a certain direction in your life and you're just not getting it. So I got to let this happen to you over and over and over again because you just won't grasp what it is that I'm showing you. He's sometimes showing you, like I spoke in part one of this, sometimes he's showing you, hey, I don't want this person on your journey. This person was to be in your life to this particular time in your life. Now I want you to cut that person off because I have bigger things, I have some brighter things, I have some more opportunities for you. But I can't open them opportunities because if I do, you're going to drag this person with you and they're going to ruin everything for you. So in order to open these new opportunities to you, I need you to cut bait with this person or these individuals. And then when you do that, then I'm ready to show you what it is that I have for you. That's how he works. They say I should be a pastor, but I say I never can be.
No, I totally understand what, like, I totally agree what you're talking about because I recently I was in this kind of shoe, like, recently. Because I was in Abuja, like, last month, and an incident happened with someone I once called my friend. And after the whole incident, I discovered that tagging this person along in my life is just going to keep pulling me down, pulling me down. I'm not going to have that breakthrough that I need. So I just had to cut the person off. I cut every connection with the person, and we are no longer friends. We don't talk. And so, okay, initially when it first happened, let me say early this year, the same incident happened with the same person early in the year. I cut connection with the person, but I have this kind of soft heart that no matter how much wrong like you do to me, if you come back after a long period of time, I will easily forgive you. I will let you. I'll be like, okay, guy, don't do this ever again. I don't like this. Don't ever do it. And the person was like, okay, I'm not going to try it again. I won't do it. And I was like, cool, we can be friends again. And unfortunately for the person, he repeated the same mistake, exactly the same pattern. And I did the same thing by cutting off the person. And he thinks that I would easily just come back and forgive him again. But this one, I told him this time around that this is it. Like, this is the done deal. It's fine now. No more forgiving you. Like, no more, like, tagging you along because I just feel you're just going to keep pulling me down. I'm not going to get that breakthrough I need from you. So I just had to, like, cut every ties with the person. So I really get what you're talking about, though. I was fooled once, I was fooled twice, and I'm not going to be fooled again. Never, ever.
And I'm not saying that, hey, if you're in a relationship, somebody messed up, you don't give a second chance. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you see something persistent with a person, and that's who they are, and you walk away, and then they come back, and you get done dirty again, then it's on you. But this is what I'm saying. So listen clearly. You're saying you're done with it now. I'm saying that nothing new can come to you, and nothing new can be given to you until you truly have shut that door and are willing to move forward and willing to move on. Because you're going to just be revisited with the same old. And now you're going to be idle, either idle or moving backwards. There's never going to be forward progress. You can't move forward until you put an end to what has been holding you back.
Yeah,
And you could be a good person, a good individual. That doesn't have anything to do with forgiving and moving forward. You forgive, You leave it alone. You put an end to it, and you move. You move.
That's what I did. I forgive. Though I can't I can't forget it now because it's still fresh. But I've forgiven. I've pushed it aside. I'm moving forward with my life. So
All right, and don't revisit it. The
no, I'm
revisit it
not.
is the same thing as like a pig going back to his slop. When a pig gets cleaned up and all prettied up, this and the other, and he's made for display for something else, he immediately, second chance he gets, runs back and get in the slop and get all dirty again. So you're right back from where you started. Move forward. Move forward. That's all I'm going to tell you. Move forward. Put it into whatever it is that you're talking about, whoever it is. Put it in, and then you will see more opportunities open up. But if you belong to God, I say, if you belong to God, He will not remove any of anything that's stopping you, anything that's making you idle, until you legitly say, as a individual, I'm willing to move forward, God. God, I'm willing to put an end to this, and I'm willing to move forward to see what you have for me, because He always has something greater. One thing I know about life, for those who belong to Him, when they put an end to whatever it is that He's waiting for, He always show you something greater. It may take months, it may take a year or two, but that's where trust comes in. Because if He did it the next day, there's no reason to trust Him. There's no reason, because it's always happening instantly. And that's not the way it works. When you build trust by letting the person wait and see what is about to come. That's where faith and hope comes in. I hope I was of some help tonight. I pray that I was.
Yeah, you like seriously, you've been a great help on this issue just now, and I'm grateful for that. Thank you for that.
All right. And like I said, man, it was a great show. We got some good time in here, and we did well. But like I said, make sure that, are you on Facebook?
Nah,
Good.
I don't use Facebook.
Nowadays, only old people on Facebook, and I'm
I do
reaching
more
up
of
there too.
Twitter, but
I want to be considered old too,
there's a lot
so.
of crews on Twitter.
Huh?
I say I do more of Twitter. There's a lot of crews on Twitter, so I do more of Twitter.
All right. Well, I'm not on there, but like I said, my company is on there. But yeah, Twitter's another thing, though, man. Twitter's another animal, and they got all that beast between that they trying to rile up between Black and Africans. Twitter doing that issue on purpose too, so they feeding into that, and they're feeding people to see that. So, like I said, that's going to be a whole nother subject that we're going to talk about. We're going to get back into, but it's not tonight. We had a good show tonight, man, and I appreciate it. I appreciate you stopping by again. Happiness.
Thank you very much.
All right. Remember what I said about the hair. Next time I see you, I want to see a change in the hair. I want to see the same beautiful smile, though. All right. Guys, I love her smile. She has an extravagantly beautiful smile. So, guys, look at her. If you see her on the MG dating app, holler at her if you about something. All right. All right. With that said, man, we're going to close it up tonight, man. I enjoyed this conversation.
Good night.
All right. Good night. Have a good night. So again, people. Good show, good everything. And by the grace of God, by the mercy of the Lord, be here back again on Sweating Fridays, every Friday again. And maybe something dramatically pops up in the news, I'll start coming on or whatever. But got work to do, man. I got work to do. I'm trying to change the world for Nigeria, for Africa, for Ghana, for everybody. So to do that, a lot of my time, family, this and the other, family man, businessman, father, and one who fear the Creator. So, guys, share this. Tell a family member, tell a friend, tell a coworker, and just let's get this show, as I say, popping by word of mouth. Man, like I said, again, I appreciate you guys for being here, and hope you enjoy your night. Have a good night. Have a good weekend, and happy new month, or happy new belated month, however you want to say it. So happy new month to you for the month of September. And I hope God blesses you according to the work that you put in order that the work you put in, then your desires can start to matriculate.